Today is deadlifting day in my weird split that I made for myself. Deadlifting's my favorite exercise. I don't want to deadlift right now. My head feels a little weird, my stomach feels a little weird. Nothing super serious, but I don't want to. And I'm gonna do it anyways. I almost didn't. But I'm going to do it anyways because I've realized the value of keeping promises that you make to yourself. I want to be a person of integrity. Like I said before, excellence is something that you are. It's something that is like a part of you. And I think part of excellence is keeping the promises that you make to yourself. And so I'm going to keep the promise that I made to myself. I was doing a push-pull legs rest, just like a 4-day split that I just repeated over and over again. Now I think I'm going to do push, day off, pull, day off, legs, day off, and just repeat that forever because I want to use those days off. I don't have a ton of extra time to lift. I only have like probably about an hour of free time per day that's on my lunch. And so every other day I'm going to use that to lift, but every other day I want to use that to do gym work, like spreadsheets and reading and kind of behind the scenes task. But the point is, do I have something in my teeth? Not right now. I feel like I tend to. The point is, I'm going to keep the promise I made to myself. I'm going to force myself to do it, and I know I'm going to be glad afterwards. And to help me keep that promise, I'm having some stimulants, some caffeine. Because it feels like, drinking this feels like it's writing a check that I sort of then have to cash. Not that 200 milligrams is really going to send me off the deep end. Your boy's a heavy caffeine user / abuser. And I could take 200 or even 300 or 400 to the dome and just kind of go on living my life. And just be a little, like my leg would be bouncing a lot. But this, on days when you don't want to lift, drinking this, it helps. Gives you a little, you can see this as liquid motivation. 3D has been my energy drink of choice lately. I got a little Guzman pilled when I started watching his YouTube channel for the first time, and he's been posting for 1,500 years, it seems like. He talked about the reformulations and everything. The marketing works. His marketing worked on me, and I was buying it in cases from the Vitamin Shop because it's so cheap. But then I realized they have this at the Dollar Tree for $1.25 a can. So that's why 3D Energy is my drink of choice these days, because it's a Dollar Tree brand, but the way that he talks about it makes it not feel like a Dollar Tree brand. It's not like Venom, where you can like only find it at the Dollar Tree, as far as I know. This is in stores, and he says it's good, so that's kind of enough for me. Done. Banged out some deadlifts, some upright rows. That's all I had time for. I feel good, not just because the natural good feelings from exercise, but I feel good because I kept the promise to myself. You will not always want to do it, but you will always be glad that you did it. People talk about the pump, and that is a viable conversation because an arm pump is arguably the greatest feeling on earth. Arm pump specifically. But there's a psychological pump that happens as well, where your head just feels clearer. You feel a sense of victory because you did a hard thing and persisted through it, and you likely went to failure. You failed, and then you kept going. And that psychological pump is even more beneficial than the physical pump. it just rules. I don't know if anyone else has coined a term for this. Actually, I'm sure a million people smarter than me have. But I like the term psychological pump. This is probably not reflective of everybody, but it's reflective of the people that I know and knew, I guess, growing up. I think once millennials started making enough money to call themselves middle class, they collectively turned on Walmart. Or maybe they hated Walmart from the beginning, but I had a lot of people start trash talking Walmart. They would say that, I don't know, say it's not a good experience, or it's dirty, or the produce is bad, or whatever. But I am a huge fan of Walmart, and I do the majority of my shopping there, and I have never found it to be that dirty or the produce to be worse than the produce you would find at a Kroger or something else. And it took me a little while before I realized that, excuse me, it took me a little while before I realized that what my friends didn't like were the people at Walmart. They didn't like Walmart people. There was a Tumblr or something, or a Twitter feed or something for Walmart people back in the day. And that is what millennials, I think that's what all the millennials who could afford it decided that they were too good for. They decided they were too good for Walmart people. They didn't need to be around those people. And I really hate that, because a lot of the people that I knew were Christians growing up. Or at least they were at the time, or claimed to be, or whatever. And maybe they didn't realize it. I'm sure there's things that I like and don't like now that I'll understand in the future that I didn't fully realize, and I had opinions, and there was some psychology behind them that I won't realize until I'm older. But I don't like how believers would say, I don't like how believers would not want to be around Walmart people, because those are the sort of people Jesus would hang out with. And that's the sort of person that Jesus was. And I feel like it's a pretty American situation to be a Christian, a lot of air quotes in this video, to be a Christian and to also disdain Walmart people. I really dislike that. That's it, I guess. And I'll admit, I'm a little bit Walmart pilled ever since I read, I shopped there already, but ever since I read Sam Walton's autobiography, Made in America, I don't know how close the company still sticks to his original values of really prioritizing the customer and trying to get the customer the best price that you can get. But that made me appreciate the store a lot more, or at least where the store originated. Shoot, I wanted to say something else. I don't remember what it was. This is good YouTubing, just dead space. Whatever, if it's important, I'll remember it. I remembered. So when my daughter was just a little baby and we had just started taking her out places, I took her to Walmart. I took her to a lot of stores. And just like, it was helpful for me to get out of the house. I wanted her to get out of the house and have stimulation and do stuff. And also, like, I still needed to get errands done, even though I had a baby. I took her to a lot of stores, and I would be holding her, either holding her or holding the carrier. And I would always struggle because I would go to the self-checkout, because I always do. And I would always struggle to check out and mess around with my wallet and stuff while holding a baby. And I went to a bunch of, I went to a Kroger, and I went to like a Trader Joe's and a Target, and I went to all these stores. And Walmart, I went to the local neighborhood Walmart here in Tucson, and And I was going to the self-checkout, and an older woman employee who worked there at this particular neighborhood market saw me, and she anticipated, I was walking up to the self-checkout, she anticipated what I was going to go through, and she said, looks like you could use a hand there, Dad. And she scanned my stuff for me while I held my baby. And that has never happened at another store. And Sam Walton always talked about how he relentlessly drove his employees to care about the customer. And I have never felt more cared about as a customer at any other store than I was at that Walmart. Speaking of Walmart, here's a pro tip. I don't mind going into Walmart as a store, but I hate going to stores in general. I want things to just show up to my house. If you sign up for Walmart Plus, you have the option for an add-on called Walmart Plus In-Home. I think this originated during COVID, and it's called In-Home because you can have your groceries and other items delivered and brought into your house, like put away in your fridge, or I don't want that, but you can also have them deliver them and just like put them in your carport or garage or whatever at your door, which is what I do. And the difference between this and Walmart Plus is if you get delivery via Walmart Plus, they use like a third-party DoorDash type service to deliver them, and you don't have to, but it's expected that you tip the delivery driver. Walmart Plus In-Home uses Walmart trucks and associates to deliver it, and there's no tips required. The tip is built in, like they get paid to deliver them, and you cover that with the extra amount you pay per month. What I'm saying is I get all my groceries, I think it's a $35 minimum, but I get all my groceries brought to my door for free. And by free, I mean, it's like, it works out to be like $20 a month. But Walmart Plus In-Home is a goated service. So if you're anywhere other than Tucson, I suggest that you sign up. But if you live in Tucson, then don't sign up, because if too many people sign up, then like the spots for delivery shrink, and I don't want y'all to take my spots. But if you live outside of Tucson, then it's so good. And if you are a Walmart hater, Matt, who I used to live near in Ohio, you can get Walmart prices and you never actually have to set foot in there. And they get sent to your door.